Good morning, boys. This is grade 4 math. Our topic 12, lesson 1. Our lesson today is fractions and decimals. We are going to get it from the textbook page 627 to page 632. Lesson objective. Our lesson objective today is relate fractions and decimals with denominators of 10 and 100. Again, relate fractions and decimals with the denominators of 10 and 100. Essential understanding. Our essential understanding for today will be a decimal is another way to represent a fraction. A decimal is another way to represent a fraction. Essential questions. Our essential questions for today is 1. How can you write a fraction as decimal? How can you write a fraction as decimal? Another question will be, how can you write a decimal as a fraction? How can you write a decimal as a fraction? Understanding decimal places. Understanding decimal places. In this, one decimal place to the left of the decimal point is the ones place. One decimal place to the left of the decimal point is the ones place. And one decimal place to the right of the decimal point is the tens place. As you can see there in my diagram, 5, it is only one step to the decimal point on your left, and 3, it is only one step on your right from the decimal point. Example 1. Example 1. In this example, you can see that we have 6/10 to write it as a decimal, and we are being advised to use the grid. This is our grid, as you can see there. You can see that our grid have got 10 columns, and 6 of those columns are shaded blue. These columns, each one is 1/10, or 1/10. And 1/10, we can write it in decimal as 0.1. So 6/10 is 6/10, or 0.6. And how can we write that? 6/10 can be written as 0.6. Example 2. Example 2. In our example here, in Ayman neighborhood, 75 out of 100 houses are two-story homes. In Ayman neighborhood, 75 out of 100 houses are two-story homes. As you can see there, I have our grid. My grid there, it have got 100 units. Write 75 of 100 as a decimal. So in this case, we know that each unit is 1 out of 100. So 1 out of 100 is the same as 0.01. So meaning 75 out of 100 will be 0.75. Time to work out, boys. This is your time to work out these questions. To check your understanding, write each fraction as a decimal. Write each fraction as a decimal. And those are my questions there. Continue working out to check your understanding more and more. Write each decimal now as a fraction. Before we said write fraction as a decimal, but this time write decimal as a fraction. And answer all these questions. If you have got any question, let us meet in our Schoology or Zoom.